Hi everyone, sorry. Fox 19 now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall here with your forecast update. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of me today and tomorrow, working doubles here, so I'll be here for this. I was here for this morning section, I'll be here tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow night as well. So lots of time with me here over the next couple of days. Here is your weather headlines. Picture perfect weekend ahead here. Temperatures are warming once again back into the low 80s, but then we will see a cool down, almost fall-like cool down out there. I know everyone is going to be super excited to feel those temperatures out there over the next several days. This is what it's looking like outside, clear for basically everyone. You can see a few upper level clouds there off our downtown camera, but overall staying clear, dry, warming up right now. This is what it's looking like currently in terms of our conditions. You can see lots of sunshine out there throughout the area. 66 in Hamilton, reaching 70 there, and Wilmington a little cooler in Cincinnati, 63 degrees. So feeling pretty good across the area. This is what we're looking like on clouds and radar. I want to show you guys this because a lot of those showers and storms not in our area. Thank goodness. I know a lot of us were sick and tired of seeing that gloomy weather out there. We did need the rainfall. We still need the rainfall, but we did need a little bit of a break. There was like 3 or 4 days there were just continuing to see round after round of rain. So right now we're dry, we're clear as well from all of the cloud coverage out there as well. And that's all thanks to this high pressure system that's situated over Illinois, Indiana area. And you can see the way this is spinning here. This is spinning in a clockwise manner, which means all of this air coming from the north here is getting pulled into our area, which means we're going to see lower humidity levels than we were last week, a little bit cooler air than we would normally see if we were on the other side of the high pressure system. So we'll continue to watch that as it moves, because we will be on the other side of it in the next couple of days here. But that high pressure is keeping us dry. You can see over the next several days here, we're staying dry, no rain chances. A little bit of a rain chance increase by the time we reach Tuesday, Wednesday. This is due to some tropical systems, a hurricane, and another tropical disturbance that is trying to form into a tropical depression and then a hurricane as well. So, but for the moment here, staying dry over the next couple of days. You can see relatively dry over the next 10 days is what we're expecting. So it's a pretty long stretch again without any rainfall over the next couple of days. Wanted to show you what we're tracking. This is those, let me move this a little bit out of the way here so we can see what's going on. Here are the hurricanes that are expected to develop. Here is the one that has already developed well off the east coast there. But another one is expected to develop. You can see how close this is to the Florida coast there. And this one is expected to make its track right up the east coast, impacting South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. We're keeping a really close eye on this, but this is why we could see some rain getting pushed into our area in a couple of days here. So we'll fast forward a little bit. You can see this is what we're expecting. This is not exactly what's going to happen. It hasn't even developed into a hurricane yet. We're still watching it. This is just what we're expecting to happen here over the next several days. As it inches closer, you can see that rain inches closer as well. See clouds start to build in. Rain mostly to our southeast there. But we're watching that very closely because the more that it tracks in, the stronger that this possible hurricane could get, the more rainfall we could see. So we're watching that very closely for the moment here. But that's about Tuesday, Wednesday, what we're expecting. But we're supposed to stay dry other than that. This is what it looks like. I'm going to mispronounce these names probably. The Humberto is the category for hurricane well off the coast there. You see it there. Here is the low pressure system we're tracking, watching. It's number 9 of the season. And there are its tracks. Those are what they're expected to do here over the next several days. So the category 4, Humberto, is expected to curve very much off to the east there, not making any impacts towards the land. However, Imelda, sorry guys, Imelda, which is what its name will be when it forms a hurricane, when it finally gets enough wind gusts out there to form a hurricane. For now, just a low pressure system. You can see it's expecting to impact the East Coast there and bring us those conditions, those rainier conditions. But like we just talked about, we're dry over the last couple days, not expecting a lot of rainfall over the next 10 days. And if we are expecting rainfall, it was a 10 to 20% chance. So not very big at all. And that's all very dependent on what happens in the tropics. So we're continuing to watch that. Here's our drought monitor. This is what it looks like after that rainfall. This does not include the rainfall that we saw on Tuesday and Wednesday, however. So that's good news, because we'll see more of a shift here on this upcoming Thursday on what it will more accurately depict what we're seeing out there. So this is our drought monitor out there right now. This is what was recently released on Thursday. Abundantly dry there. Hillsborough and Highland County there saw a lot of rainfall. Again, this does not include the rainfall that we saw Tuesday, Wednesday, before this was released on Thursday. So we won't see the update from all of that significant rainfall that we saw until this upcoming Thursday on the newest drought monitor release. So that's what we're looking like. Still that severe drought over down in Adams County. Everyone else in that moderate drought. You can see that abnormally dry section here that's like inching closer to the tri-state. So hopefully we'll see more of those yellow colors out there as we move into the middle part of the week ahead, because again, does not include all of that significant rainfall that we saw on Tuesday and Wednesday, as well as Thursday. So, we really need the next one to be able to tell a true story here with our drought monitor. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about temperatures right now. Feeling pretty good out there. Pretty mild to start off your day. 68 in CVG, Cincinnati sitting at 63. A little warmer in Lebanon there, 72, 70 in Wilmington, 68 in Georgetown. So again, feeling pretty mild out there. We're warming up quickly over the last couple of minutes here, so you can see that temperature change. We're seeing the sun a whole lot more today. We're seeing warmer temperatures, so our 24-hour temperature change is going to be ticked up a little bit. You can see 7 degrees warmer there in Lebanon, 7 in Hillsborough, as well as Wilmington. Georgetown, 6 degrees warmer. Over on the more western counties here, not seeing that big of a difference, but Connersville takes the cake there as the biggest temperature change, 6 degrees different. A lot of the other western counties not seeing that big of a jump in temperatures, not yet at least. We will see a bigger jump moving into the next few hours here. Here's what we're looking like in terms of our dew point, our humidity levels. Last week during those storms, we were in that humid category there. We have since gone back down to what we would consider being in the muggy section here over the next couple of days, and you can see we won't really feel that dryness again until we get into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That coincides right when we see our temperatures drop as well, so it's going to really feel fall-like outside as we move into the middle portion of the week ahead. I know everyone loves when it starts feeling a whole lot like fall out there, so it's going to be a whole lot better. Here's what our dew points actually are right now. Again, comfortable range is between 50 and 60 for our dew points, and looks we are above that in all respects across the board. You can see a few people getting above 60. Lebanon there, one of those agricultural hot spots there, 68 degrees for our dew point right now. You see a few places a little bit above that 60 range. So a lot of people staying comfortable for the moment, but it will kick up as we move into the next couple of days here. So here's what we're looking like in terms of our 10-day temperatures. Again, we're warming up for the next couple of days here before we see this fall-like drop in our temperatures here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, humidity drops as well. It's going to feel a whole lot better. You can see this inverted V that we have going on, because our temperatures are expected to kick back up by the time we reach next week. And the Climate Prediction Center agrees. We're going to be seeing above average temperatures. I want to show you guys the UV index because we'll have a lot of sunny days over the next couple of days. Today is near a 6. I know that today is not on here, but it is near a 6 today, which would put us in this high category here, 30-minute burn time, very similar to what we'll see tomorrow with sunny skies. You see those dip off as we move into Tuesday. We'll see more cloud cover outside, only about a 2, but then we'll be a 4 for the rest of the week. So a great day, lie outside, read a book, enjoy, I guess, this last big round of warmth out here before, you know, it's freezing cold and we can't get tan anymore. This is what it looks like 8 to 14 days out, October 5th through the 11th, above normal temperatures out there. You can see that category that we're in here, that darker red orange category, so well above average expected for our area, and then below average in terms of rainfall. You saw our 10-day forecast. Not a lot of rainfall is expected over the next 10 days. Again, this is October 5th through 11th. So talking about October here, not much of September. This is past our 7-day. But we can go ahead, let's go ahead, talk about tonight, get back to nowcasting. You can see 58 degrees tonight, clear skies, jacket worthy, at least for me. I know that if it's a little chilly out there, definitely gonna have to grab the jacket. I think the 60 mark is a threshold for me to go grab a light jacket before I head out. This is what we're expecting to wake up to tomorrow morning. A few people seeing the low 50s there, 58 in Cincinnati, 54 in Lebanon and in Harrison, as well as Hamilton, 58 in Cincinnati and in Hillsborough. So pretty mild evening ahead for us here. Tomorrow, wake up 82 degrees. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll get up into 82. No rain is expected. This is what we can look at. Let's go ahead and expand this out here. For our day ahead currently, by 11 a.m. 71. You can see this northerly wind that we'll be having, again bringing in drier, cooler air into the mix here for the next several days, as long as that high pressure is over to our west. The minute the high pressure moves to the east, we'll start getting southerly wind into our area here. So mostly sunny skies throughout the afternoon, 78 by 3 p.m. Let's move this forward a little bit here. And then by the time we reach 4, we'll be in the low 80s, and then upper 70s, mid 70s by 7 p.m. That sun will set at 7:27 tonight. And you can see our temperatures will dip down into the low 60s there by the time we reach midnight, and even lower by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. I want to go ahead and show you guys one other thing before we log off here, is that today's sunrise was at 7:30 a.m. The sunrise, by the time we reach the end of October, so the same day, but at the end of October, will be 8 a.m. So it's going to stay dark for longer, and that's why I wanted to show you guys this. We need to go ahead and skip forward here for past June, past July here, into September. So you saw that flip of script into September here. We're losing about 70 minutes of daylight right now than we were at the beginning part of the year here. And then as we move into October, staying that way, staying about 70 minutes, flipped it to November, we're only losing about 50 minutes of daylight. And then we'll be less than 10 minutes lost by the time we reach December, so we'll be back to those even days of seeing, 12 hours daylight, 12 hours of nightfall. So that's what we're expecting in terms of daylight outside. I know it gets a lot harder to wake up in the morning when it starts getting darker outside sooner and the sun isn't rising as early. Makes it a lot harder to get up in the morning, but hopefully the next few days will make it worth it to get up a little bit earlier, especially Saturday, Sunday here. will be in the low 80s, feeling really nice outside. FC Cincinnati game on Sunday, should be feeling amazing out there for that. You can see we'll have more clouds by the time we reach Monday. Those slim rain chances moving into Tuesday, Wednesday again, due to the tropics. We'll continue to monitor that. And then as we move into Thursday, Friday, we're feeling temperatures in the low 70s. Feeling a whole lot more like fall going forward here. Saturday, Cincinnati Bearcats, 76 degrees, feeling pretty good. Maybe a rainy Sunday there, but you can see temperatures are ticking up here as we move into next week. Bengals game is on Monday Night Football this week instead of Sunday Night Football, so be on the lookout for that for going into next week there. That's all I have for you guys today. Again, I'll be back on here at 6 p.m. and I'm doing the 10 p.m. shows. So I'll see you guys in just a little while with another forecast update. Have a great rest of your Saturday.